a plexiglass casing, if you will, where she can't even break out of if you always using her as an objective, if you always complimenting her only on the physical. That in turn deposits on her mind. And then next thing you know, you got her looking at herself constantly, lusting after her own self. But if you speaking into the woman that she is, and you're saying, baby, I love your heart. Baby, I love how you love on other people. I love how you care for your sisters. I love how you are at work. I love how you walk with valor. Scripture tells you that a noble woman is a crown to her husband's head. Come on now, a crown to her husband's head because she's a noble woman. Doesn't tell you that it's a man got a crown on the head because his wife's backside. No. So I would say, no, I don't think it's okay to lust after your woman because you playing with fire that you're going to end up getting burned.
I didn't look at it that way for a moment. I'm usually quick to pick up on things. I will admit, you know what I'm saying? But let's say, like, is it possible then for you to love and lust after your own woman, if we say it that way, or is it the same? Do you feel the same way of what you just explained?
Well, I think that if you were to go into that, right, then now we got to take a look at lust in itself, lust in the root word of lust. Okay, so lust definition is very strong sexual desire. Right. Mm-hmm. So if you lust after your wife, then that means you have a very strong sexual desire into that. Now, if you start going to sexual desire, then what's the nature of you lusting after her? Is it solely for the physical? Mm-hmm. Is it solely for your self gratification? Is it for you to relieve yourself of some fluids that have been built up? Right? Or is it what's your intention of it? Is it to fill a void from a long, hard-earned day? Right? What are we talking here? For me, no. When it's time for me and my wife to get intimate, what leads me to the bedroom is the longing of to be connected back again with her heart and the physical. Because I missed her. I longed for her. I longed to be with her. See, God created sex as a gift to us. It was a gift, not a gift to be squandered. I don't think you'd appreciate it if you gave your gift to someone that you really spent some time on creating and you gave it to them and they gave it to somebody else. I don't think you'd appreciate that. Right? So that's how God gave sex to us. Not so that we can give it away. No, so that we can cherish it with whom the person he gave it to us with. So sex is the highest level of intimacy that you can get close to God in the physical. In that moment of climax, in that moment of intimacy, is when you're close to God on a level that you can't even understand. That's why it's sacred. That's why the scripture tells you not to keep your bed defiled and to protect your bed, because that is like the intimacy zone where God can truly flourish in a way that your mind can't even catch up.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you for explaining that. You know what I'm saying? I think that really needs to definitely be explained in terms of love, lust, and the lies. And let me just say this, especially for the young people. You know, for the young ladies, you know, most men at some point, not all, but most men at some point were that guy. You know, at some point in their day, when they were 16, 17, 18 years old, they see you walking down, you know, the street or what have you, and be like, yo, if I get a piece of that right there, you know, that's why you got to be careful who's approaching you or what have you, who's approaching you, why they're approaching you. Always have make sure any young man that approaches you, make sure they have a point in approaching you. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely, there has to be a purpose, you know what I'm saying? And I believe everybody that's been created has a purpose for something, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully they don't misdirect their purpose, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are misdirecting their purpose or what have you, especially when it comes to something that may have happened to them either yesterday or in the past or just 5 minutes ago, you know what I'm saying? I could have easily taken out my anger on somebody that somebody said to me last night, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, as young men, and we all know the young women, they want to be liked by, they all want to be liked by the most popular guy, or what they consider like the stud, you know what I'm saying? The man that, you know, who they think has it all, the popularity, the muscles, the good looks, or what have you, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, he may be the most broken cat out there.
Well, Brian, that says something about her mindset.
As well, absolutely.
If she wants to be loved by the most popular guy, then what's going on in her head? What inadequacies lies within her?
Absolutely.
If she wants to be loved by the popular guy, what about the guy who studied his books? What about the guy who got straight A's? What about the guy who got good parents at home and just comes to school and goes back? You know, the guy that no one is assuming. You got to love the guy that could throw a football. What about the guy who could sling some words that was created from before the creation of the earth?
Exactly. And it's funny you say that, because as me and you were talking about earlier, we have a lot of women have a misconstrued vision on what masculinity is. You know what I'm saying? So when they think, let's be honest, I'm gonna be honest with us real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the biggest dude in the bunch. I'm probably one of the skinniest dudes people ever see. So you know, a lot of women may like, you know, the guys that look like The Rock, or you know what I'm saying, or what have you, the real muscular built. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you know, in that regard. Now, yes, I'm blessed with height. Thank God, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm not. I normally carry my stool with me everywhere I go.
Well, see, that's what I mean. You're shorter than most men. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I didn't ask you to confirm that with me. I was just stating that. You know what I'm saying?
But I say that because honestly, because the way you carry yourself, you know what I'm saying. I think a lot of people need to look deeper. A lot of women need to look deeper into that. See, that's what I'm saying. We misconstrue stuff.
Or look lower.
You know, right. You know, I think we need to be careful with how we look at people, because you know the book is just, you know, something to draw attention. People need to read the chapter in order to understand what the book is about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't just read the front and the back.
Yeah, just don't read the front and the back. Read the front to the back.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Read the context.
You know, because the context, the first chapter sets you up for what the book is about. In the middle of the book is what everything is about, and then the end of the book is show you how everything came to a close. You know what I'm saying? You have to find out why that person is the way that they are. You know, I know, me personally, you know, we all have different characteristics in terms of what we're looking for specifically in a mate. You know what I'm saying? And for all the women out there who may want the guy that's, you know, 6'5", you know what I'm saying, 6-figure income or what have you, and or maybe a 7-figure income. Let's say a 7-figure income. You know, you may not get that. The man meant for you may be about 5'11", 5'10", have a 6-figure income, you know, or a decent 5-figure income at least. But he's responsible with his money. He knows how to carry himself. He's got God with him. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't take no crap or what have you. And specifically in regards for, because we're putting a lot of things in relationships, you know what I'm saying? Let me get to this real quick, because we tend to put money and material things in terms of our stuff. We're going to get back to that in just a second. Again, you're listening to Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on 102 Jam.